You wake up. No texts. No plans. No distractions. Just you and silence. At first, it feels empty. And then it hits you. The fear, the pressure, that aching need to be needed by someone. Most men, they run from that moment. But what if I told you? This silence isn't your enemy. It's the beginning of something unstoppable. See, men are taught a lie. That if you're alone, you're failing. That if you're single, you're behind. That if nobody's choosing you, there's something wrong with you. But that's not the truth. Not even close. The truth is, the man who embraces solitude becomes dangerous, not in a violent way, but in a powerful way. The man who chooses to walk alone builds something deeper than anyone can see. This video, it's not for everyone. It's not for the man still chasing validation or clinging to distractions. It's for the man who's ready. Ready to stop chasing attention. Ready to stop begging for connection. Ready to become someone the world cannot ignore. If you're that man, stay with me. Because what I'm about to tell you will change everything. In a world drowning in noise, the man who chooses silence stands out. In a world addicted to instant gratification, the man who waits, who sharpens, who disciplines himself, becomes elite. This isn't about isolation. This isn't about running from people. This is about returning to yourself. Most men jump from woman to woman, job to job, party to party, desperate for approval, desperate for someone, anyone, to validate their worth. But they never stop to ask the most important question. What happens if I just stop? What happens if I stop chasing and sit with myself? The answer is simple: transformation. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how solitude reshapes everything. Your mind, your focus, your standards, your presence. Because when you stop needing others to see your value, they start noticing you without even trying. The fear of silence. Silence. For most men, it's terrifying. It doesn't scream. It doesn't criticize. It doesn't threaten. It just reveals. The moment the world goes quiet. No texts. No drama. No one next to you in bed. That's when the real battle begins. Now, there's nothing left to distract you. No one to entertain. No arguments to respond to. No fake conversations to hide behind. Just you. Face to face. With yourself. And if you're like most men, what rises up in that silence isn't pretty. The regrets. The shame. The voices whispering, "You're not enough." The fear that no one will ever really love you. The memories you tried to bury. That girl who ghosted you. That opportunity you were too scared to chase. That version of yourself you swore you'd become, but didn't. It all comes rushing in. This is why most men jump from distraction to distraction. It's not about the girl. It's not about the likes. It's not about the new job, the new friends, the new city. It's about escaping that silence. Because silence forces you to ask the questions you've been running from. Who am I? What do I stand for? Am I proud of the man I've become? And most men already know the answers. They just don't like them. But hear me carefully. This is where real growth begins. Not in the gym. Not in clubs. Not in motivational podcasts. Growth begins when you stop running and face the silence head on. You sit there, uncomfortable. You let the pain rise. You let the doubts echo. You feel the emptiness. And you refuse to fill it with cheap distractions. That takes real courage. Because if you stay, something powerful happens. At first, your mind will fight back. It will throw every insecurity at you, begging you to escape. But if you stay calm, if you breathe through it, something shifts. The noise fades. The chaos dies down. And underneath it all, you find clarity. You realize you're still standing. You realize those thoughts don't define you. They just visit you. You are not your insecurities. You are not your regrets. You are not the judgment you imagine. You are the man who stayed. The man who faced the storm inside and didn't flinch. And that is rare. And that is real. The approval detox. Most men are addicts. Not to alcohol. Not to drugs. But to something far more dangerous. Approval. They wake up and check their phones. Did she text back? Did anyone like my post? Did someone notice me? It sounds harmless. It's not. It's dependency. It's weakness. It's a trap that's stealing your strength. Approval addiction hides behind politeness. It hides behind fake smiles. It hides behind the word yes when you want to scream no. It slowly warps your life around one question. What will they think? You start living for reactions. You start compromising your truth just to avoid disapproval. And little by little, you lose yourself. But imagine this instead. Imagine waking up and not needing anyone's permission to feel confident. Imagine speaking your mind without flinching, walking away from what drains you, unapologetically, standing alone without panic. That's what happens when you detox from approval. You stop texting back instantly just to seem interested. You stop reshaping your values to make others comfortable. You stop apologizing for who you are. And what happens next? The world notices. But not because you're trying. Because you're too focused on something far more powerful. Your self-respect. And self-respect is magnetic. Women feel it. Friends feel it. Strangers feel it. They sense that you're not seeking to be picked. You've already picked yourself. That kind of man is unforgettable. And here's the hard truth. The men who are liked by everyone are rarely respected by anyone. The men who are admired are the ones who stayed true, even when it cost them approval. Approval detox feels brutal at first. You feel the withdrawal, the need to explain yourself, the need to be understood. But that feeling fades. And what replaces it is peace, freedom, confidence without performance. You become the man who walks into a room and says nothing, but commands all the attention. Not because you're loud, but because you're centered. Because you don't need validation anymore. Because you already validated yourself. Clarity through solitude. There's a moment in every man's life when the fog finally lifts. But it doesn't happen in the noise. It happens in solitude. When the friends are gone. When the notifications stop. When the world fades away. That's when you finally hear it. Your own voice. And you realize how much of your life wasn't even yours. You were chasing things you never truly wanted. Living dreams someone else sold you. But in solitude, you remember. Maybe it's freedom you crave. Maybe it's discipline. Maybe it's a legacy no one else understands. Whatever it is, in solitude, it becomes clay. In the noise, you're reactive. You're adjusting, responding, performing. But in solitude, you're deliberate. You observe. You decide. You ask, who deserves my energy? Which habits build me? Where have I been lying to myself? Solitude doesn't just clear your head. It sharpens your focus. It burns away everything that isn't real. Everything that isn't yours. And what's left is the real you. The man who doesn't tolerate mediocrity. The man who says no without guilt. The man who cuts ties without bitterness, but with precision. Because now, you're not reacting to life anymore. You're building it. You don't waste breath explaining your moves. You don't seek applause. You don't chase. You live. And life starts chasing you. So if your world feels quiet right now, good. Don't rush to fill it. Stay there. Listen. That silence. It's your life speaking to you. If you're wise enough to listen, it will change everything. You don't need more texts. You don't need more dates. You don't need more followers. You need more of you. More silence. More stillness. More moments where you remember who the hell you are. The man who walks alone isn't lost. He's refining. He's evolving. He's becoming someone so complete. The world won't recognize him. Because he's not chasing. He's already chosen. And when you become that man, life doesn't pass you by. Life aligns with you. The right people appear. The wrong ones disappear. Opportunities open without you forcing them. Because your energy becomes undeniable. If this message spoke to your soul, don't just nod and scroll. Take action. Subscribe. Comment below. Share this with a brother who needs to hear it. We're building something rare. A space for men to rise. Not through anger. Not through ego. Through truth. Through clarity. Through becoming men the world cannot ignore.